Grand National Championships.
Hello, 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 hello. You're listening to Grand National Championships on the internet. My name is Alistair. With me tonight are Jared McLeod, Jotham Fady, and Corin Atchison. In a little while, we're going to be joined by our first guest ever here on the podcast version of Grand National Championships. And of course, it is being done remotely, so we'll see how this works. You guys remember what I said? When our guest arrives, we're going to take special care not to talk over them. You know, it's really a free-for-all when it's just the four of us. But I think it's essential that we don't treat this guest with the same disregard we show to one another on a weekly basis.
Can I make a prediction?
Please.
The three of us are going to be real quiet.
Yeah. Do we need to buzz in?
Maybe you do one of these.
Yeah, I'm not going to say a word.
Well, I mean, if something really moves you and you hear a brief gap, just go ahead and start talking and then stop again when they start talking because they haven't heard you because of the delay. So just keep it like that. Well, yeah, don't be completely silent. Don't leave me twisting in the wind. What's with that look on your face, Jared? What is going on?
Jared's feeling some kind of way tonight.
Mm-hmm. He's full
looking
of
good,
beans.
though. You got a new light over there?
No.
Just
Same
fresh.
as last time.
You got a new
nice.
light.
You're welcome.
You made fun of me for talking about taxes a few weeks ago. You got a new light. If you want,
I didn't say you were more exciting. I just said you looked better.
If you'd like to contact the show, you can give us an email. Give us an email at us at thegncshow.com. You can follow us on Twitter at thegncshow. Follow us on Instagram at Grand National Champs. You can send us a voicemail. Send us a voicemail. You can call us and leave a voicemail. The number is 727-379-4335 or Paper Wheel. It's open to callers of all types. We usually put out a question on Facebook or maybe some other platforms. But anytime you want to call and just ask us a question or, do a little dance for us or whatever. Dances don't come through quite as well on the old voicemails. And
if you tap dance.
Yeah, exactly. Something rhythmic, something loud, aggressive.
Some stomp.
High impact.
Yeah, like a river dance.
Yeah, do a river dance. Do a stomp. And if you follow us on Facebook, there are always kind of regular posts there talking about how we're doing, how we'd like you to do. So
what we'd like you to do.
Absolutely. One bit of news. I want to get a little bit of show information cleared off the decks and plug the YouTube session videos. If you go to our YouTube channel, which is GNC Show, if you search for that, you'll find two playlists, one of which is of the podcasts and another which is live session videos, all of which now are dating back to when we were doing a show on WMNF. So there's an archive that's a backlog that's being archived, edited and put out, and I am slowly adding to that. Since we've started doing the podcast exclusively, there have been videos put out from Proud Miranda. There are videos from Sleeping Pills. There is a video from Same Day Delivery Orchestra, Rudderkin, The Holy Terror, and Jeremy and the Clones. And there's still a bunch more because I was always way behind on processing those. So now that we've had a gap in recording them, I'm slowly putting them out. So keep an eye on that live session playlist over at YouTube. The other bit of business is that we got some stickers.
Ooh,
yeah, that's right. Night
they
mode.
Look good.
I asked if we preferred collectively the white background or the black background, And everyone said night mode, do it. So we're going to find a way to distribute those to people locally in the Tampa, St. Pete area, probably by like getting a list and then going around and dropping them off because it's easier than posting them all. And anyone who's out of the area, give us an email or something like that. Send us a voicemail, give us an email. And
tell us what your car looks like. We'll just go stick it on your car.
Exactly. Cut out the middleman. You're going to love it. Don't even worry about what we do to your car. So, to what have you been up, Corin?
Oh, I go first. Well, not a lot because we're still not allowed to do much. But I do have an update for Jared in particular.
Okay.
Here's a new segment called Corin's Cheese Update.
Okay.
Okay, so
Here we go. All right, shoot.
I found you a good blue cheese that I think you're really gonna love. What can I do to get you into this blue? That's the name of this
what
subsection of the new genre.
What is the
genre.
stank, mank, and or dankness level of this blue cheese?
I'm glad you asked. This is called Roquefort. Roquefort. Yeah. It's French. It's a sheep's cheese. It's a good mild. It's mild on the mankiness and on the stankiness, but it's
Mild
dank.
stank.
It's moderate dank,
Okay.
which means it's a little bit sweaty and soft.
And what would you
Don't
put
knock
it on?
Hold on a
Just
second.
Just straight up. Oh,
Well, I'm just saying, do cheese aficionados come up with these awful ways of describing cheeses so other people won't steal their cheese from
sweaty,
them?
you say?
Sweaty. Moist.
Y'all ain't never had a sweaty cheese?
Yeah, after it's been left on the counter for a minute. Get that
mean, just
sweaty
like-
piece of cheddar.
Like it's got a moistness to it.
Okay.
It's not a dry cheese. It's,
So is it-
it's soft and moist.
Like on a salad. I think.
It would be good on a salad. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
I just go for it. I love just a slice.
Straight
of
up.
Just
yeah.
a handful
I
of cheese.
Just crumble it into your mouth.
yes.
Corin's saying is a spoonful of cheese helps the previous cheese go down.
Keto.
Yep, that's how I have abs and I don't poop. Then like those things don't go together actually. The only other thing that's been going on is like I watched something called Down to Earth on Netflix. Are you gentlemen familiar with this?
I have not heard of that. I don't think.
Yes, it's a docu-series starring the one and only Zac Efron.
Oh,
So-
I know what you're talking about.
I started it out of like a morbid curiosity because I was like, what does Zac Efron have to say to me? You know, it can't be anything good. I didn't even know what it was about. I'd like posted, you know, like people had been it had been floating around the ether that this thing existed. So I turned it on. It's just him and this dude who's like a guy in his mid 50s who's a surfer bro from like Southern California whose specialty, his claim to fame in life is that he's a superfoods expert. I don't know what that means.
Blueberry,
but he's vegan.
kale.
Yeah. And he tries to explain what a superfood is, and it's nothing. There's nothing about it. It's just like a food that's super rich in vitamins. So it could be anything. There's like potatoes that are superfoods.
Wasn't one of the
Like a sweet
aspects
potato?
of superfoodism that it like takes more calories to digest than it actually has itself in it or something like that? So like if you
Wouldn't that
eat
be
tree
celery?
bark. Yeah, tree
Yeah.
bark is a superfood because like your body works so hard to process it and it has
I
no
don't-
nutrients of its own.
I
Maybe
think-
I made that up.
Yeah, you made that up, but I think you have as much authority as this guy. So
How
Follow
many
through
times
with
does he
it.
say like spirulina? Does he talk about spirulina a whole bunch?
What's spirulina?
No.
That sounds like a pasta.
That green.
It's a superfood. It's algae. It's supposed to be the most nutritious substance on the planet or something because it's like
Yeah.
super green.
Whales
I'm
eat
sure
it.
he would talk your head off if you mentioned spirulina. So what happened? These guys like got together. Zac Efron listened to this guy on a podcast, and then reached out to him. And they have a docuseries about them like traveling the world and talking about like green energy and superfoods and saving the planet, which is good in theory. But I'm just like, what celebrity are we going to inspire and elicit a response from?
Oh, like we're the superfood guy, like who would come to us to like take a life-altering journey. Okay.
And what, like in what field of study would it be? Like, would it be cheese? Would it be dumbbells? Would it be stickers?
Right.
What else have we talked about lately? Cast iron cooking.
Sandwiches.
After today, that could be it. But the thing is, they're not gonna want us. They might want our guest.
Come out with Justin.
Yeah, that
We don't talk about the guests till they arrive.
Oh, it was a secret?
Well, I hadn't
secret
said
guest.
their name yet.
Yeah,
Whoops.
so that was my thought. I figured it would be some half celebrity who would come with us and like take us on a journey to like, mid-level venues to watch math rock bands.
We're talking D-list, at best, celebrity.
Yeah, can you imagine the level of celebrity that would be impressed by this show? Like, oh my god.
Andy Dick.
Hey, different strokes.
Oh, so you're saying like maybe Gary Coleman?
That would be okay.
He's a different
Gary
strokes joke.
Busey.
Any Gary you can think of, Gary Player, the famous golfer, who may or
Gary
may not
Oldman?
have passed.
All Garys are welcome here.
Gary Oldman's probably my favorite famous Gary,
Famous Gary.
that.
right?
Glenn
I can't
Gary,
think of
Glenn
another.
Ross.
It is.
That's
That's
a
a
good
good
one
one.
too. It's a play and a movie.
Is it a movie? Yeah.
David
Famous.
Mamet. Let's just keep.
Is that the one where he's like, coffee is for closers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it may be my understanding that scene, that character is not,
It's not
in the play. Just
Yeah.
he was made up for the movie.
Alec Baldwin was made up.
Yeah, he was
He does not
fabricated
exist.
specifically for that cinema experience.
Yeah. So anyway,
So,
that's what I watched. Do you have a question about Down to Earth with Zac Efron?
No, is it? So it's basically Zac Efron just kind of interacting with this guy and his ideas and exploring them, maybe talking to other people too.
Enjoying their
it's-
wealth around the world.
Right. No, it's more structured. Like every episode, they go to a different place and like tackle a different subject. Like they go to blue zones and talk about what keeps people living to like centenarian age. Yeah, and blue zones are like places around the world where people live that long. Like there's a higher likelihood that people in those zones are going to live past 100.
Like Florida.
No. Not on the list, unfortunately. Like Sardinia is where they go, and then there's like a place in Japan as well. But anyway, like it's him trying to talk about how to make the world a better place, but all it does is like juxtapose his wealth and sheltered life with like the real world, and
Gotcha.
it makes him look actually really endearing. He's like this like dumb beautiful little kitten that has just like never seen the suffering of the world. It's amazing to watch him like come to the realization that like other people exist and have problems. So yeah, I do recommend it. If you ever
pretty
want
cool
like
to-
feel something for Zac Efron.
To get to see a celebrity like realize that we're all going to die like on camera. That was a misplaced modifier. We're not all going to die on camera. We're going to see him do that on camera. I just realized today that we all die on camera. That was the first big epiphany that he had. But Jotham, what have you been doing since we had our last thinger?
I think the biggest update I have is I was going to be moving out west sooner than I am. I'm going to be here in Florida longer. So
How
that's
much
a big thing.
longer? What is this shift? Had you settled on a specific date previously?
Well, it was supposed to be earlier this year, but with COVID, everything got pushed. And Maddie works for the government, So the building's not open, and she's not essential even when it does open to be like one of the first people back.
Damn.
Well, no, she was first on her computer a lot.
Jotham is ruthless.
So that's pretty big. Other news, I realized I'm wearing a really dumb shirt that you guys can't see, but I feel like you should see it.
Is it a Big Johnson
it's a
shirt?
Hard Rock shirt that I got for Christmas.
Okay.
And it says "All is One" on the bottom, and it's a guitar.
Oh, that's our.
Is that a reference to a specific like song lyric?
I don't know.
Maybe a Jimmy
Isn't that what it
Buffett
says on
somewhere?
the Dr. Bronner soap label? Doesn't it say something about all is one or something like that?
There's so many words, it probably does.
Yeah, statistically,
It has
probably
everywhere.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be on there somewhere.
Does that reminds everyone of like the booklet that was included with Radiohead's Kid A album, right? The front of any Dr. Bronze product, like the typography is like a Stanley Donwood piece.
Yes.
Jeez, sorry to bum everybody out.
Why'd you have to bring that
I
up?
never had a physical copy.
Well, maybe I can get a PDF over to you or something. Do you have PDF reading capabilities?
I sure do.
Adobe Acrobat Reader.
Yes.
Okay, we'll set you up. So that's all that's been going on with. Well, so you said it's been pushed back. So now, do you have a new date as to when this is happening, or do you just know that it's going to be longer
Well,
indefinitely?
Longer indefinitely.
Yeah.
Are you still coming to Seattle?
That's the plan.
Nice.
At some point.
You realize this means that once we have the okay, in vaccine times, the two of you could meet up in person in Seattle, and the two of we up here, Jared, could move up, move in together. We do the podcast
Again.
24 hours a day, like the real world. So that'll be
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, that would be
We'll
awesome.
Bi-coastal, split down the middle.
I'm going to force Jotham to be my friend.
Yeah.
I've already tried that. Yes.
You
We
guys-
will be friends.
There will be friends. Jared, how's it been
Great
going?
sequel.
Good. Just trying to play some guitar, and I'm playing a lovely little video game called Carrion, where you play as a monster and you have to eat people. You basically play as the Thing from the movie The Thing, like a glob of meat and tentacles, and you have to slink around a facility and consume people to
It's
to
kind
live.
of chaotic.
It's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
It's like actually pretty amazing, and I
Yeah.
would highly recommend it.
I think this game says a lot about Jared as a human being and the things I know about Jared, because he sent us a clip of him playing it that he recorded on Twitch, which is one thing already. Like, there we've knocked off one thing about Jared from the top, and then it's very reminiscent of The Thing by John Carpenter, and like it's also, is it hand animated?
It's like pixelated. It's kind of like retro, but like when you play it, it feels very modern, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like the way that you move around on the screen and like interact with everything, it's like very slick and fast. Like you feel deadly.
Okay.
Does that add another thing?
Up, down, right, left.
These are all added to the list. But it is like 2D, like kind of retro. Mm-hmm. Yes.
It would be technically qualified as a Metroidvania.
Totally. Is it roguelike?
No, yes.
Ooh,
Because
that
you
was
do
tough.
you do like die and you can like regenerate and go back to like previous states and stuff. So that's kind of cool.
Great.
Great.
Anyways, check it out.
That was
You're
my
a
window
witness.
into Jared.
So mainly you've just been playing this game. I mean, like you said, besides the guitar.
And other ones too, but that one's been the highlight.
And you do
For sure.
regularly cast on Twitch.
Yes, I do. I'm trying to maybe get a little studio together and like do it semi-regularly.
So you'll have like a little like square of you in the bottom, just like staring off.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get followers? What are you doing? How are you promoting yourself?
Sponsorships?
I haven't really thought about how I'm going to promote myself. I can use this as my launching pad.
Yeah,
That was kind of the plan.
Straight to the stars.
No, it's actually just like recording. I want to put together like compilations of cool things. I don't know.
Don't be
Instead
embarrassed.
of like going live.
Look who you're talking to and where you're talking to us.
Question.
I don't say too much until I like get something together, but I'm putting stuff together. So,
Are you going to
like-
get one of those big circular green screens that straps onto the back of your chair so that you can have like kind of an endless background behind you?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Easy question, easy answer. All right. Well, it sounds like everyone's doing well. Do you want to take a quick break and then come back with our guest?
We haven't heard from you, but okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, so-
all I had to talk about was the YouTube sessions that I've been editing and the stickers that I got. Stickers
All
right here,
Well,
available for an indeterminate price or free. Grand National Championships.
Pay what
Please.
you want.
placement of our choice.
How could that go wrong? All right, so we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with our guest, Justin Jones, sandwich expert.
There we go.
Okay, so this is Grand National Championships. We are back, and we are joined by our first guest that we've had here on the podcast exclusive version of the show. We are joined.
But wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't informed that I'd be the first guest ever.
Just go with it, man.
Yep.
Just go with it.
We are. This is we're 4 episodes deep now.
Sure.
And I would say in the last,
Oh,
even in the
such an
last
honor.
couple weeks that we were doing the show at the radio station, and in the 3 weeks that we've been doing the show as a podcast, we have been just so enamored of the goings on over at Sandwich Talk, a place to talk sandwiches, that we felt there was an inexorable connection between you and this program. So we wanted you to be the first person to come in as an outsider to help us, get used to having guests here, to knowing when to hold them, fold them, etc. And Justin Jones is here. How do you do, Justin?
Thank you. It might not be apparent, just hearing it, but I'm literally beaming with pride at being the first guest of the cast. So thank you.
Oh, we
Thank
can hear you
guys.
beaming. We can hear you beaming. I am no longer seeing Corin on the screen. Is Corin still
Corin
here?
Quit.
Yes.
quit.
Apparently, I'm his replacement. So
All right. Well, welcome. You've got some big
quick.
shoes to fill. You're gonna be now in charge of our legal department. I hope you can handle that burden.
That's true.
well, I have seen over 10 episodes of Matlock. So
Oh, thanks very good. I might just
I'm
be
watching
a
Perry
Southern
Mason.
lawyer. You're watching what?
Perry Mason.
I started
On
to
HBO.
watch that, but I had just been like reading about some bad news, and I was feeling really down. And within 10 seconds of the beginning of Perry Mason, like they're showing a dead child on the
Oh,
screen,
that
like
was a rough opening, yeah.
dead baby. So I felt
Eyes sewn open.
I feel like I can say that spoiler since it happens within like 30 seconds of the start of the
Yeah.
show. But yeah, a real downer. So I haven't continued Perry Mason yet, but maybe when I'm feeling a little bit happier, I'll throw on the Dead Baby TV show.
Watch Heathcliff till then.
yeah, even things up.
All right, so I hope that even things out with some Heathcliff. Take the edge off that Dead Baby show. If anyone who's not using their phone as a camera could see
on,
what's
yeah.
up with Corin, if he wants to rejoin the meeting, or if he needs me to do anything in order to do so, maybe I'll just go re-invite him and see if that helps things. So let's go over to the contact. So we, like I said, invited Justin because of his hand in the creation of Sandwich Talk, a place to talk sandwiches, which is a place that should not be unfamiliar to anyone who's listened to this show before. Back on May 1st of this year, this now famous post was put out. Hey, Would anybody be interested in joining a Facebook group where every Saturday we'd post pictures of our homemade sandwiches? Like we would just talk about each other's sandwiches and trade recipes and tips and stuff. You know, just sandwich talk. And from there, an explosion. Everybody was on board.
Just,
So what was it? Was there something special going on that day? Was there a particular sandwich that caught your imagination?
I want to say I was eating a sandwich. It was all such a heady time for me. I mean, we were, just really getting settled into the whole stay-at-home thing. And I feel like I was eating a sandwich. Not sure if it was a Saturday. Can anybody confirm on whether May 1st was a Saturday or not?
Jared, you
my
seem
mom's
like...
birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to your mother. Here's a sandwich with a candle in it. Jared, could you check on what day of the week May 1st was? Was that a Saturday?
Sure, no problem. Corin's looking for an invite, by the way.
It did seem like something that would come out of dealing with this new reality. Oh, so you're getting ready for the next day would have been the day.
I remember eating a sandwich, I think, and being like, you know what? It'd be nice if every Saturday, hey, people got together. Ate sandwiches.
A gathering of like-minded folks.
Yeah, I was particularly excited about it and supported the idea wholeheartedly.
Well, actually, you made a comment on the post, and you were like, just tell me where I'm in. And Justin's response was, just made it. Or like sending you the link or something. So you had your own hand in it as well, Jared.
Instrumental in actually getting me the motivation to actually go ahead and do it. Because I honestly was just sitting there. It could have been just a pipe dream, just something we talked about. Never actually did.
A pipe dream.
Now, the group seems from the outside to operate with very little control. People are very kind in there. It's a real center of positivity and support for each
Most
other.
times,
yeah. Have you ever had to take care of any behind the scenes ugliness? You have to ban anybody from the sandwich group? You get a lot of bots?
There's been a lot of warnings, but no straight up bans yet. There was one member who was dead set on posting, flatbreads and like quasi sandwiches. I mean, come on,
get out of here with that.
Yeah, we want
I won't name names, but she was definitely skirting the line between what was a sandwich and what wasn't.
Well, yeah, that has to be checked. And obviously, every once in a while, a post will come up where somebody lays down the law or like wants to get into a controversial topic. For instance, what do you think of Jared courting controversy with his now infamous post from July 24th of this year, in which he laid down some super tight restrictions about what should and shouldn't be called a grilled cheese sandwich? Do you find power plays like this to be just distasteful and ultimately desperate cries for attention from maybe sandwich makers who are past their prime?
Well, I'm glad you asked. When Sandwich Talk first started, it was all about creating a dialogue regarding sandwiches. So posts like Jared's, I think, go a long way in opening up the roads of discussion, so that we can hash these things out. For one thing, I will say that before Jared's post, we were seeing a lot of sandwiches in there that, they were cheese, they were toasted, and people were calling them grilled cheeses. But there's all this other stuff on there. Haven't seen that since then. Now it's, tomato, avocado, toasted bread with cheese. Nobody's calling that a grilled cheese with avocado and tomato anymore.
Once that energy is out there, they know that if they put, if this is a turkey ham club, like with a thin veneer of cheese on it, and they try passing it off as a grilled cheese of some kind.
Which they have done.
The hammer's going to come down in the form of Jared's very politely worded comment.
Drawing a line in the sandwich.
That's how he started it off. That draws the attention.
Yeah, no.
I felt something had to be said.
I knew it was serious.
Now, every Saturday in Sandwich Talk. Now, Sandwich Talk itself is really open to just talking about sandwiches in general.
Correct.
Pictures of sandwiches, maybe a sandwich you got from a store or restaurant, anything like that.
Yeah.
But on
Anything
Saturday,
sandwich related.
On Saturdays, there's the Saturday Sandwich Showcase, where people really expand their horizons and they provide a more exotic sandwich experience. Everyone's putting their best sandwich foot forward. And I was wondering, you personally, in what ways have you stepped out of your comfort zone, and in what ways have you innovated your own sandwich techniques in order to bring your best to the Saturday Showcase?
Excellent question. I mean, when I first started this, I had maybe 2-3 sandwiches tops in my repertoire. I had peanut butter and jelly. I had the toasted cheese with maybe another topping. And
But a lot of people, I think, were in that situation.
cut.
A lot of people were like that, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I put arugula on this. There's cilantro in this. I've got an
I made a
aioli.
muffaletta out of nowhere. Croque Monsieur, yeah.
Because the peanut butter and jelly, it's a classic, but you can't post it more than once and expect to get, honest, positive feedback on it.
We've got some sandwich artists in there, so
Yeah, straight out of
peanut butter and
Subway
jelly's
in the
only gonna take
90s.
it so far.
So, has Sandwich Talk, has your involvement in it changed the way that you plan meals? Are you kind of like throwing it together a sandwich when you might not otherwise think to, just because you want to make sure you've got something nice to share with the people?
I mean, well, now every Saturday, I carve out, at least one of those meals is a sandwich, and a lot of times, prep goes into it beforehand. It's not just something I wake up on Saturday morning and I'm like, oh, well, I think I'm going to do a meatball sub today. It's something I usually think up on Tuesday. And, I'm thinking, got to look up a meatball recipe. Oh, what kind of bread goes with the meatball sub? What's the best cheese? It's a whole thing. So,
I have to order my
definitely.
ingredients from overseas. It could take 2 weeks to get here. I got to keep it on a rotating basis.
According to Reddit, what's the best, diameter for a meatball and a meatball sub? You gotta do all these things.
I posed a question to the rest of the group recently about meatball subs, which was, if it doesn't have a bread top, is it a sandwich?
Justin, I apologize for Corin.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's not a member. He's not a member.
Thank you,
I wanna
know.
Jotham, thank you very much. Out of all of us here, Corin is the only person here who's not a member of Sandwich Talk, a place to talk sandwiches. Why, Corin? You love sandwiches.
I wasn't invited.
Is he frozen?
He's
am I
just being
frozen?
really still.
I think he's frozen.
Oh, man.
It really is.
He was stunned by your directness.
Well, we'll work on getting Corin unfrozen. But what he was bringing up is that in his mind, a meatball sub can only be made by cutting through the middle of the top of a loaf of bread. But I've seen plenty of meatball subs that use a traditional side cut. And my statement to him last week, that's really creeping me out the way he's just sitting there.
It's weird.
My statement to him last week is that Subway, gone again. Subway in the 90s cut all their bread from the top. So does that mean all those hundreds of thousands of millions of sandwiches are all invalidated in Corin's mind?
I feel like Subway is the only place I've ever seen cut out that little top part and then set it on top.
I heard
Is
that
it
if
possible that Corin's only ever had sandwiches from Subway?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, yeah. Too bad he's not here to defend himself.
He's keto right now. He's only
We'll just have to assume.
he's on a keto diet now, so there's no bread involved for him, right?
Right.
Does that mean he's all like meat and cheese
Meat
and
and
veggies,
cheese.
raw veg? Well, we'll have to, obviously, we don't want him to be able to be here to defend himself.
Yes,
And,
this is our time to pile on.
Exactly. What's the deal? I do want to find out why he's not part of the group. If
That's a good question. Should someone invite him? Maybe?
I think he hates sandwiches.
Well,
hates
you
people
can't
who
have
make
bread.
sandwiches.
It's got to be kind of like
yeah,
It's got to be tough.
He hates the people more than the sandwiches. People who like
You could have
sandwiches.
meat as bread and then cheese in the middle.
oh, like that great KFC
Or
sandwich
cheese.
that was
Yeah,
two chicken
exactly,
breasts with
exactly.
bacon in between.
I think there's a very strict. We have a very strict. It has to be on bread policy. There's no interpretation, no loose interpretation of sandwiches. Because people
I
try to
didn't
get away
read
with
the- I didn't read-
flatbreads, pita,
Yeah, I mean, if it's
not
two
for the showcase.
flatbreads,
Not for the showcase. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
The Saturday
he
showcase.
can introduce it for Sandwich Talk, but the showcase.
No, I assume that Jared and Justin, you both have something ready for tomorrow or an idea.
I do, yes.
Jared?
Do not.
Really?
Oh.
Because I'm not going to be in town.
Oh, yeah,
but,
he's taking a trip.
but next Saturday, absolutely.
Oh, you already have what you're going to do next Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No, I can see he's not tipping his hand.
That's all you get.
The plot thickens.
All right, I've invited Corin back. Hopefully, he's not mad at us. Justin, I did want to know, outside of sandwiches,
Yes.
how do you choose to spend your time? What have you been up to, during this lockdown period? You find ways to be creative
am I
outside.
the only one for whom the lockdown has gone on longer than they originally anticipated
I feel like we're all in that same boat.
Yeah, no, I thought it was going to be a couple months. And so I've really been on kind of a roller coaster ride where it's been like, oh, I'm going to use this month to do my very best at things and eat really healthy and exercise. And I've done a month where it's been the opposite. And I've just been on a bender and I'll just focus on work this month. And there's another month where I was just oh, I don't care about anything and I just kind of want to live my life and do whatever. It's just been really, really.
I've been doing similar self-destructive / self-improvement waves.
Yes.
They usually last kind of 2 to 3 weeks at a time. It's I'm super creative. I'm working on a lot of music, and then I'm not touching any of that stuff, and then I'm attempting to diet for 6 hours at a time, and then I'll visit Sandwich Talk, a place to talk sandwiches, and I'm inspired to throw together one of my famous chicken breasts on 2 leftover slices of pizza sandwiches.
Ah, yes.
You're microdosing the diet.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to get too much all at once.
Right.
Yes, you want to overdose.
Introduce the system slowly.
Well, I want to get Corin in here, and I wanted to move on to do a little bit of trivia. This week's trivia is going to be on 90s music, 90s movies,
Again?
and sandwiches. I did choose all late 90s because I realized that both you, Justin, and Corin are, at least another year or two even younger than Jared, who is a year after me. I know in school, I think age-wise, you're over a year younger than me. So I tried to make it late 90s so that it might have information on it that had the same impact on you that maybe something from a 94 or 95 would have on me.
Thank you.
Pretty sure I'm older than you guys, but whatever.
That can't be true. That can't be true. Jared, could you contact Corin via text message and see if he's okay, if he just unplugged or if maybe he was harmed or kidnapped?
Hopefully he's joining the group.
He stopped to join Sandwich Talk.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
He was really sold.
I gotta be
Or
sure
he
to
left a
make it.
plan for the Saturday showcase.
Yeah, he's like, I immediately need to go find some bread. I got to break keto.
Yeah, it's about 7 p.m. out there in Seattle, so he's got to start now.
Yeah, you can still get
Right.
get at the shops.
He said catastrophic failure. He's rebooting.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll be right back. I
He's doing
got
a power phase.
Power cycle.
Whatever.
And there goes Justin. People are dropping like
This
flies.
is falling apart.
All right, but when they come back, we are going to be doing some 90s music, some 90s movies, some sandwiches. This is going to be good stuff. And I feel like by the way, there are going to be do you guys have pencil and paper? Do you want to take this opportunity to go grab some paper?
Yeah.
I have paper.
'Cause there'll be probably 2-3 write-downs.
2-3 write-downs.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm going to need a larger paper.
Yay.
It's a mummy. All right, so it's just me at this point. Are you getting a
Just
power
kidding.
adapter, Justin? Now Jotham's left. Oh, I guess you didn't formally meet Jotham, right? Justin, you didn't know Jotham ahead of time, right?
well, we have actually met before, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey.
All right.
All right, so let's see if Mr. Catastrophic Failure can get it together and join us for a little bit of trivia.
I think that the his frozen image should be the thumbnail for this episode.
Yeah. I'm going to save that pic in my phone for him.
Oh, that's going to be the phone shot?
Yeah.
I'm really eager to get started here.
I'm already going to guess that the first answer is 9 Inch Nails. No, I meant Trent Reznor.
I'll just put that down as a running first guess from you for all questions, so you'll automatically get the first chance with 9 Inch Nails / Trent Reznor.
Thank you. What is President of the United States of America's lump?
Or their lesser second single, Peaches.
Millions of peaches.
For whom?
Peaches for me.
All right, looks like Corin is joining us. There we go. Hey. You have a little problem there, pal? Everything all right? Tough to say.
I'm recording again. It's going to be two-parter audio. Sorry about that.
No worries. That works just fine.
I hope everything's okay now.
We all do, Corin. Now, Corin, I did mention while you were gone that we're going to be getting into trivia, and this week's trivia is 90s music, 90s movies, and sandwiches, a mishmash of all three of those topics. All late 90s, probably like 97 to 99.
Late 90s sandwiches.
Late 90s sandwiches?
Yeah, they're all Subway sandwiches with the V cut in the top.
What's the Arch Deluxe? What is the Arch Deluxe?
Man, that was a solid...
Final answer.
Those are some good 90s sandwich pulls.
Blimpy. Haven't thought about that chain in years.
R.I.P. R.I.B.
Rest in Blimpy.
Well, but never forgotten.
All right, are you guys ready to start some trivia?
This is a write down?
There will be write-downs.
Oh boy. It's time for every human's favorite question and answer fun game. I already knew that a long time ago. With your host, Alistair St. Hill.
That's right, it's time for I Hope You Know These Things I'm Asking You About with me, Alistair St. Hill. Question 1. This is a write-down question, and this has a single answer, but whoever is closest to it, I don't care about going over, I don't care about going under, whoever's closest to this number is going to get the question right. In 2004, sorry, this is not a 90s sandwich. In 2004, a grilled cheese sandwich that seemed to have an image of the Virgin Mary toasted into it sold for what record-breaking dollar amount? I'll give you a few seconds to puzzle over it and write down the amount that this record-breaking sandwich sold for, seemingly with an image of the Virgin Mary burned into it via toaster or via pan, skillet it was made up in. 2004 grilled cheese sandwich. All right, who's ready to present an answer? Justin?
I'm not sure if you can see this. It says $37.
$37. All right.
Yes.
Wow.
Corin, what is your guess?
I'm going with 750,000.
Okay, $750,000. $37 from Justin. Jotham.
$17,550.
$17,550. And Jared, how much do you think this sandwich sold for?
I'm using Price is Right tactics, so I'm going $1, Bob.
All right, that is not a bad technique. Although there's no going over, so you could have just as easily used any number.
Don't tell me how to play.
Fair enough. The actual cost or price that this sold for, $28,000. That means Jotham starting off in the lead, turning around the franchise.
First one right. Yeah.
I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Question 2. This does not require writing down. Question 2. August is the national month of what pressed Italian sandwich?
Jotham.
I saw the hand of Justin go up first. By the way, Justin, we ring in by saying our name. I neglected to say that, but he threw up his hand first. So
No
Justin,
one ever said that.
no one ever said it.
I'll allow it.
What is the panini, Alistair?
We are not Jeopardy, but yes, the panini. You do not have to say it in the form of a question.
He wants
But
you
you
to
can
answer,
still
though.
say it if you want to in the form of a
No, no, seriously, what is a panini? Oh,
Yeah, I'm asking.
so that is correct. The panini. August is National Panini Month. Share one with someone you love.
Good idea for the showcase.
Yeah, tomorrow.
August 1st, what better? But he doesn't just throw them together. He has to wait for his panini bread to arrive from Napoli.
Yes, that's correct.
Question.
Top pass from Napoli, bottom pass from Venice.
Oh, that gives you a really interesting bite, top to bottom.
Yeah, good mouthfeel.
Okay, I'm going to start the timer, and I want you to write down as many countries as you can in which the song "Scatman" (ska bop 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 bop) was a top 10 hit. As many countries as you can in which "ski bop 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 bop" was a number 1 hit.
Can we go?
Go ahead. Sorry. Go
Oh yeah,
ahead.
I'm going.
My marker stopped working.
Okay, hold on. We've got to stop the clock. Let's get Justin a replacement. That's why I always have like a kind of
I'm
a
going to
pit
be
crew
fair.
with
I'm
me.
not writing while he's not writing.
Just write. Come on.
What's the matter?
I'm just making mine more legible. I'm retracing over the same letters of the
I always
first thing
have
that I already
an
wrote.
assistant with me to hit me with a Sharpie if I happen to dry up in the middle. The number, however many countries as you can name in which Scatman, ski bop 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 bop, was a top 10 hit. In what type of country would that be a super appealing
How do you spell
song?
Czechoslovakia?
That's.
I would say, let me just give you a hint.
Czech,
That's a
I'd
big
say.
waste of time. Don't write down Czechoslovakia. That'll take forever. As many
No one liked
countries
my
as
go
you can.
check joke.
I missed it.
Yes, that's
a
correct.
good joke.
For a second, I thought you were saying no one heard it. I was like, we all heard it perfectly clearly. Where would people love this Scatman John song? The late Scatman John.
Oh.
We lost him in 1999.
R.I.P.
He would probably come up with some clever way to say that, like rip-a-dip-dip-a-dip-rip-rip-rip. You know, because he was always scatting.
Yeah, that's true.
Justin's really enthusiastic.
You probably would.
All right, I'm going to give you guys 15 more seconds. Countries in which the Scatman was just killing it on the charts. What type of backward ass place? These are some very famous countries. By the way,
I've got a couple
nothing
of those.
nothing obscure. Nothing obscure.
Luxembourg. Is that a country?
Jared,
City.
is it a nation state? Is it like the Vatican City? It's like 3 square miles, but it's got its own king. All right, so
Is that a
let's go
clue?
ahead and-
Vatican City.
That's amazing. Yeah, number 1 in the Vatican City. Jared, let us in on the number of countries you named, or which countries you named.
Okay, well, I named 8.
Okay,
I have Germany, Spain,
slow down.
United States. Oh,
Okay, yeah, sorry. Germany, Spain, United States.
Mexico,
Okay,
United Kingdom,
okay.
Sweden, Norway, and Italy.
All right. You got 5. The total top 10 are, well, actually, Jotham, you go ahead and say, and then at the end I'll tell you all the countries.
I also have 8. Sweden, France, United States, Canada, Mexico, England, Scotland, and Japan.
All right, Justin, can we hear from you?
I have 10, so already winning there. So USA, France, Germany, Hungary, Canada, Holland, or the Netherlands, however you want. Brazil, Japan, Austria,
First
and
Austria.
Vatican City.
And Vatican City, a late addition.
Of course.
That's the first Austria we heard. Interesting. Corin, bring it on home.
Okay. All right. I got U.S., Canada, UK, Brazil, Mexico, Chile,
Good pronunciation.
Netherlands. Thank you. Sweden and Germany.
All right, Corin, you got 4 there. It was
Not
a
as
top
many as
10
I
hit.
want.
A top 10 hit in Austria, Belgium,
Wow.
Denmark, Finland, France, Ireland, Norway, Spain, Switzerland, Australia, Germany, the Netherlands, Scotland, Sweden, and England. So the score is tied between 3 of you. Jotham, Jared, and Justin all have 5 points. Corin has 4. What your question, Corin?
I don't have a question. I'm just losing.
I got nothing to live for.
I got nothing. Whew. This stupid
Austria.
face over here.
Exactly.
Yeah, Austria for the win. That
Justin had the insight, Austria. And we got him with a red herring by mentioning Vatican City. He went for it.
Yes, I definitely bet on that. So.
And of course, there is no penalty, so our chicanery served no purpose. Question 4. What is the name of Jennifer Lopez's 1999 debut album? Jennifer Lopez's album from 99, her first one. Had so many hits on it. Waiting for Tonight, Whoa. If you had my love.
Oh.
I believe Jenny from the Block may have been a single from a later album. I saw Justin's hand go up. You got a guess?
Yes, Justin.
Justin, go. Wait, did you just look up something on the internet?
I did not know. No. Just
Waiting
Jenny.
for this page to load.
Incorrect. That is incorrect. Oh, sorry. You know what I haven't been doing is
No, I'm saying Just Jenny. Like, that's the name of the album.
still
Can't believe the things you say.
still incorrect. The answer is On the Six.
All right.
Referring to the
Named
train.
after her ex-boyfriend, probably.
Question 5. What reggae artist featured on Sugar Ray's 1997 single Fly? What reggae artist did the things where he goes, spread your arm and fly? Who did that?
Can I hear some more of that?
Jotham?
Justin, go ahead.
Who is Supercat?
Supercat, that's correct.
Spread your arms and fly.
Yeah, remember he said,
Wait.
That easy. It's that easy.
stretch your arms and fly.
Boy, are my arms tired.
I just flew in from Fly, and boy, are my arms tired. Question 6. In his 1997 single, Gone Till November, who did Wyclef Jean tell us to give a kiss to?
Justin?
Justin, go.
Who is his mother?
That's correct. So give a kiss to my mother.
You're crushing it today.
He's
Yes, well.
Austria. This guy came up with Austria out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
damn it.
invited a shark. Oh, wait, sharks don't growl. Sorry.
Justin, I'm getting so caught up I forgot to give you one of these. You deserve it too. 7 times over.
Who is James Hetfield of Metallica?
That's correct. 1 more point for Justin. So Justin is now winning after 6 questions, 7 to 5 to 5 to 4. Corin's got the 4. Jotham's got to feel good about this. He's right in the running. Question 7. This is a write down. We're going to be strict with the time. We got to keep it moving. This is a write down question. Name as many featured artists as you can from the song Make 'Em Say by Master P.
Oh, you guys. Oh, man.
How many featured artists? Can you name any of the anyone who did a verse on that song? I'll tell you, besides Master P, there were 4 of them. How many of these 4 featured artists can you name? All part of the No Limits family. All took pictures in front of Dobermans or tanks with a fisheye
Sitting
lens
on
for the cover of their album. Pay no attention to that ding. You still have a few seconds. Anybody still writing? Take your time. Just
There were
name-
only 4?
only 4 besides Master P on that song. I mean, there may have been
This is
more
killing
of the
me. I
No
can't
Limits
think of the
crew
one.
in the background, but only 4 people doing verses on that. All right. I feel like Jared
All right.
is ready to present. Jared, who did you write down?
I got 2. Mystical and Soak the Shocker.
That is correct. Mystical and Silk the Shocker were on the song. Justin, let's go with you. Who do you have?
I have Mystical, Silk the Shaka, Fiend, Mia X.
Jesus Lord. You promise that you're just doing this off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Justin is just stomping through this field. Corin, go ahead.
I got Mystical, and then Bob Dylan,
That's funny.
and then Lady Smith Black Mambazo.
Those are all very funny things to imagine. But yes, Mystical was on there. So that's a point
Thank
for
you.
Corin. Thank you, Mystical. Jotham, tell us.
I also have Mystical, Silk the Shocker, and then I had Sea Murder.
That's a great guess. Also on No Limits, right? But yeah, it was Fiend and Mia X were the other 2 rounding it out, just like Justin
Can't
told
believe
us.
I knew those.
Whatever happened to Fiend?
He went to jail.
Yeah,
I think they all went to jail.
Yeah, a high percentage did.
Yes, yeah, a lot of them did.
Turned out there were limits.
A lot of them determined by the law.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So, we have. I wrote these down all wrong. Oh my God, what did I do? Oh, this is the worst. Justin has 11 points. Jared and Jotham tied with 7, and Corin has crept up to 5, bringing up the rear. All right.
That's what I do.
Question 8. What is the name of Everclear's highest charting single? Maybe the first one that we ever heard from them. Everclear's highest charting single.
Justin,
Justin, go.
Santa Monica.
That's correct. Santa Monica. Justin up to 12. We're
I
gonna
don't know
rename.
from
We're gonna
Everclear.
rename this the Justin Jones Weekly Quiz.
The Justin Jones Memorial Trivia.
I was gonna say memorial, but I don't know Justin well
I'm
enough to
still alive.
imply that he's dead.
So far. The ultimate
Unlike you
prize.
guys' chances.
Oh, wow.
Question 9. What does the French dip-related term au jus translate to in English?
Jotham.
Gotham.
The juice.
What'd you say?
The juice.
That's incorrect.
Jared.
Jared, go.
Of juice?
It's incorrect.
Can't believe the things you say.
Corin, you're
With
about.
juice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's correct. Au jus means with juice. So if you order it with au jus, you're ordering it with juice.
I was just gonna
And
say
if you order
meat
it,
juice.
if you order it, Justin comes with Justin.
That's what it says on the menu of your restaurant.
Hey, calm down.
Final question, question 10, which is basically we're just doing exhibition style. In the first movie of the multimedia Matrix franchise, what are the names of the 2
Who is Lawrence
brothers?
Fishburne? Sorry.
I'm gonna take 1 point away from Justin because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
I can
right.
spare it.
I'll give 20 interruptive answers. Interruptive. In the first movie of the multimedia Matrix franchise, what are the names of the 2 brothers on the Nebuchadnezzar who were born in the real world, not grown in gross pods? 2 brothers. Corin, go.
Do I get a lifeline?
APOC and
Can't believe the things you say.
Jotham
APOC was not correct.
APOC was not
I had a lifeline. Maddie used to fall asleep to this movie when she grew up.
you want to ask?
I'll tell you what.
Seen it a million
Partner.
times.
If you can get
I
an
know
answer,
one.
if you can get her an answer in 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8,
God. All right,
7,
well, hold
6. There's no hold on.
Hold
5,
That's how
Jared,
timers
go.
work.
4.
Tank is the name of
Three.
one. Tank. Jared,
Three.
tank.
No, it's. If you're going to take all the time to repeat it, just turn it into a legible. Yeah.
No, that didn't work.
Okay. The answer.
Damn it, it ain't right.
The answer is tank and dozer.
Dozer.
Tank and dozer.
Because he was always sleeping.
That's why they called him that. So that has been trivia with Justin Jones dominating. A total of 12 to Jared
Came into our
Jones
house.
7.
Gentlemen.
Came into our
I think
house.
we didn't put money on this.
Yeah. And Jotham, Corin pulling up the rear with 5 points. Not bad, but not great.
I'm just glad I'm not in last place.
That's how I live my life.
Title of my
Not
life.
bad, not great.
Everyone's life should have a title. Guys, we're going to take a brief break where we're going to play some music, and we're going to come back and do some news. In this break, we're going to hear a couple of songs brought to the show by Corin, some Explode in Colors, some Church of Sun, and then we're going to hear some brand new Kristopher James, as well as a new song by Airwave. And then after that, we're going to come right back, and we'll go from there. Does that sound good to everybody? All right, so here's where the break begins.
We woke up morning, we died in our sleep. The night brought fever, a fire that sleeps. Grave diggers digging the holes that will keep the
was never gonna be easy. Nothing worth its weight in gold ever is. And even when the days get so heavy, I can carry yours, you can carry mine, baby. We got each other going down. Cause we never had to find our way. Every moment had its day. Not that we begged for it to stay. Another would come, yeah. No one ever said any good would come. Do you think that if we knew we wouldn't try so hard now, babe? Cause baby, we've been running out of time. We can count the days in it any way you wanna, losing ourselves in the past and now we're
This is Grand National Championships, and I think it is just about time for... news.
Okay. I'm going to go first. I have to preface this story
Seamless.
by saying that I don't want to make fun of this person. That they have a terrible plight, and that is not funny. But the way that they've handled it and presented themselves in this story is really commendable.
Okay, so we have something that's heartwarming and not funny.
Well, you got to follow me on this one.
Okay.
Man who lost his penis now has a new one growing on his arm. The father of two was, quote, completely gutted when his penis fell off due to an infection.
Gutted.
But is excited to see the new one grafted on his groin and ultimately used what it was built for, as he says. When he lost his penis to a blood infection, Malcolm McDonald, who I, in my brain, always want to say Malcolm McDowell.
Or Ronald
but that's
McDonald.
Either one. Actually, neither one. This happened to neither of those people. Underwent a groundbreaking procedure to have a new penis grown on his arm before it could be grafted on his groin. However, medical delays left the 45-year-old with the penis attached to his forearm for the last 4 years. McDonald told the Sun that he was, again, quote, completely gutted when it fell off after an infection in his perineum.
Now,
Quote,
now that it's coming back, would you say he's now that he's going to get it back? Would you say he's chuffed?
Yeah, he's going to be chuffed. Quite. Quote, because I've been through the devastation of knowing I was going to lose it, I just picked it up and put it in the bin, McDonald said. I went to the hospital and they said the best they could do was to roll it up like a sausage. It was heartbreaking. The father, who turned to alcohol feeling the shadow of a man for the 2 years after loss of his penis, he was referred to a new doctor who, for $50,000, well, 50,000 pounds. Who do we got?
Well, that's a heavy penis.
Well, that's about $70,000.
Thank you, Joe.
I appreciate that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they fixed it up. I want to just fast forward here. The delays, he says, have been hard to deal with. McDonald says that he's been unable to run because the penis waggles about, and he can't go swimming or wear short sleeves. However, he said, when I saw it on my arm for the first time, I was so proud. I took to it so much that I named it Jimmy. That was what me and my mates called each other growing up, and this penis was definitely my new mate. Not having a penis felt awful. It's the men's worst fear. For me, I was never worried about sex because I already had 2 children. It was always more about my self-confidence and simple things like using the loo. I can't lie, having a penis on your arm for 4 years is a really strange thing to live with, but I'm determined this penis will ultimately be used for what it was built for.
Well, I, for one, can relate to what he says, because the only thing I ever want when I have sex is just, I hope this produces a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I have children, I will never have to have
You're
sex
done.
again.
Yeah. And the picture I saw this
Finally, that
article,
ordeal.
and the picture I saw was blurred out. It showed his arm, but it was blurry.
Yeah, because it was a penis.
I don't.
Right. So
I
he said
don't
he didn't wear
want-
short sleeves. I think it was long sleeves he rolled up. And Corin, I would like to say that I'm glad you presented this story because I didn't have confidence in myself presenting it.
It was
But that
tough.
was my first choice.
I saw it also.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm shocked at like how understated this man is in his delivery of the description of having a penis on his arm.
He sounds like a real hero to me, and I personally would love to shake his arm sometime.
If you do that, like, oh no, I was frozen for a
there
second.
you go. Yep.
If you do that, that like old-fashioned like Roman handshake where you're like that, like you're right on it.
Exactly.
Brothers, yeah.
Brothers forever.
Well, that was horrific, Corin. Please don't ever do that again.
It'll be
Waggle
back to
about.
robots next week.
Jotham,
Yeah, waggles about.
what
All
is in the
right.
news?
So this is a little closer to home. the largest and most well-coordinated security breach in Twitter's history occurred, and it was by a 17-year-old from Tampa, Florida. So he masterminded the attack. Yeah, Tampa. Allegedly breaking into the accounts of 130 Twitter users and duping followers of influential users to transfer more than $100,000 in Bitcoin to accounts associated with Clark. He is charged with 30 felonies in the state, including fraud, identity theft, and hacking.
I was just going to say, when I first heard about it, I thought it was just... I didn't realize there was a Bitcoin scam going into it too. I thought it was just like a Project Mayhem, like, look at how we can throw the world into chaos, which would have been way cooler. But so he was out for monetary gain.
People for money.
Yeah, so he presented himself as a member of Twitter IT team and convinced an employee to hand over credentials and reset 130 account passwords and sold the access to hackers. So apparently they didn't all follow the instructions though, because they asked for payments of $1,000 to be sent to an anonymous Bitcoin address, and they double it. So 415 transfers netted $117,000.
Nice.
That's a lot of Bitcoin.
I'm guessing that guy must have grown up on the St. Pete side of the bridge. That sounds like way too much initiative for a Tampa person.
St. Pete Pride.
Fired.
When they talk about St. Pete Pride, that's
Don't
what they
like
mean.
that.
Well, I think, did this guy just sell the access to other people, but he wasn't involved directly in the Bitcoin scam? That was just what other people did once he gave them access to these accounts? Or was that the plan all along? Is he just kind of like a hack aggregator who like subleases his hacks out to the community?
Well, so he's in Tampa. Then there were two others. There's one in Orlando, and I didn't write it down, but I remember reading, I think it was the UK was the third person. Yeah, I don't know.
Corin, did you have a comment?
Is this going to be... I had a portmanteau, but the time is gone. I was going to say, I hope this guy gets like a catch me if you can sitch, where he, Twitter hires him to be their security expert, if he's a decent human. With the fraud,
Looks unlikely if he's from Tampa.
Yeah. If he's from St. Pete, I hope he gets a job. If he's from Tampa, I hope he goes to jail.
Yes, correct. Forever.
So you think he could be? You think he could be turned into a white hat?
Right.
Okay.
Is that a term?
Isn't that like bad hackers versus good hackers?
White hat, good hacker, yeah.
Oh. Speaking of late 90s.
Fear of the Black Hat?
Yeah, it's from Hackers, the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which was based on
Joe
Scanners, the movie. Angelina Joe Lieberman, that's a classic. That's good news. That's good news. Jared, what's in the news?
With potato farmers and processors struggling, Belgians are being urged to eat more fries to offset a slump in demand during the coronavirus pandemic. Belgium is the world's largest exporter of fries and other frozen potato products. Its processors converting 5.3 million tons of potatoes into fries, mash, and crisps per year, and sending them to customers in more than 160 countries. We know Belgians like their fries. It's intangible heritage, our frying culture. So we ask Belgians to consume an extra portion of fries to allow us to process more potatoes and to avoid food waste.
Frying culture,
said Romain Cools, the Secretary General of Industry group of Belgium.
Everyone got nervous about this potato situation. He was like, everybody Romain Cools.
Everybody Romain Cools is here.
Can we talk about how frying is an intangible part of their culture?
Frying culture.
I don't understand how that's intangible. Is it just because it's too hot to touch?
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think they say... I get it. I get it.
Justin's on board.
I think... Did they not say it was a tangible?
Jared said intangible.
No, it says, we know Belgians like their fries, it's intangible heritage, our frying culture. So we ask Belgians to consume.
So what you're saying is this is
fries.
not a native English speaker who is conducting an interview with someone he did not understand.
Yeah, I don't think Romain Cools English is his first language.
I love French fries, and I wish that, as an American, I wasn't banned from traveling to any other country right now.
Yeah, what if imagine getting French fries like in France, like in France.
Yeah, like fresh off the France, bro.
All right, so that has been the news.
That's the news.
now I think it's time to get in to some of our voicemails. We've had a few callers in the last week. I put out a few questions to the public at large. I asked them to just let us know what they're listening to lately. They were welcome to sing a song to us with or without accompaniment if they want to sing their favorite song or just any song at all. That was just fine. And then what was the last one? Damn it, I've never been so angry. Oh, it was. I asked them what their signature sandwich is. What sandwich their go-to. So we've got a couple of calls here. Let's check in.
Hello, this is Jim Chambers. I'm a fan of the show. I'm just going to take you up on whatever you're asking me to do. I have been listening to Crack Cloud. It's really good. I'm really into Dreamwife. They dropped a new one a couple weeks ago. LA Witch has a new single out. I'm into that. They have a new one coming. Sing us any song without music. All right. Gynecologist. I saw him standing there with the dreck coming off the wall. Okay. The only song in the last 5 years, ever, that's had the word gyne. They say it in 3 syllables. Gynecologist. It's by Shame. It's really good. Signature. I don't want to repeat your question. Ham, turkey, Swiss, pressed, mustard, mayo, Cuban bread. Are you guys what? Well,
was not sure how I felt about that guy until the sandwich. I like it.
He did have a question at the end here.
What's wrong with WMNF? Love you.
That's a good question.
Thank you very much, Jim Chambers, who's been out to the show before when it was on the radio. He wants to know what's wrong with WMNF. I feel like that's his way of saying something supportive on our behalf. He's saying, "Hey, what's wrong with them? Why aren't you on there anymore?" And
what's their deal? What
is their deal? Well, they couldn't accommodate our demands anymore. We wanted to do the show remotely, and they just said they couldn't do it. Did you like his song? I feel like he misrepresented the number of syllables that are in the word gynecologist, even in the way that it was sung. Definitely 5. Gynecologist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think anyone could argue with that. So Jim Chambers, I will call you a liar. We have another voicemail here. I'm sad that Corin has left us again.
Yeah.
Let me try and invite him back and see if that does any good. And again, Jared, if you want to check in with him via text message and see if he has anything to say other than boss. Catastrophic failure. Sorry to talk to you like that, Jared. But we'll go ahead and listen to this voicemail.
Hey, this is Chris Netto checking in. Wanted to comment on the price gouging of barbells.
That was something, Justin, by the way, we talked about last week. I was trying to find a couple of dumbbells.
That's a real thing.
They're just not there. They're not there anymore. Anything
you
between
gotta pay like a premium now. You pay almost $2 per pound. Basically.
Do you want me to let you know what my secret is? Bucket full of sand. Come on.
Don't worry, I'm gonna find sand.
You know what? That's a good point. Let's hear the rest of this.
Wanted to comment on the price gouging of barbells, and I think you should just start dribbling a basketball so that when it's vaccine time, you can join me in my playing basketball midlife crisis. And here's a song I like, or just part of it because it's a long song. You've got to look into the light, 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 light. And I was not immediately familiar with that song, but looking it up, I think he may have been singing Sheets of Easter by Oneida. That seems like a very Chris Netto type choice.
is one that
like them.
you'd have to look up the lyrics of to find out what the song is. Or even more, maybe a Chris Neto style song is looking up the lyrics and then finding that it's not even anywhere online because they just put out one 7-inch in 1981 before the internet existed. Justin, something that I had a challenge I put out to all of the participants in the show. I just realized I didn't do it. It was just the three of you. I asked the other guys, other hosts of the show, to call into our own voicemail and to sing a song. And we were going to see if we could guess the song just based on the way that Google Voice transcribed it, because they typically transcribe a lot of words wrong and it comes out close but not quite dead on. So I think I'd like to go through these and see if we can figure out what song is being sung by my recitation of the transcription.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. This message came in from Corin Atchison, former co-host of this program until just a little while ago. Did you get any response from him, by the way, Jared?
No.
Do you think
No
he went
response
back?
as of yet.
He's making sandwiches again?
Possibly.
All right,
Check
so
and see if he joined the group. He has not.
no go. Invite. He's not even available. He must be doing another power
This
cycle.
Power cycle, yeah.
He should have done it beforehand. This could have been averted.
He's done it 3 times now.
As the chief technical officer, you know my recommendation.
Here is the song sung by Corin Atchison as interpreted by Google Voice. How about that wasn't Monkey Bar? Because the plastic spray paint, the vegetable stock boots girl with the beefcake pantyhose.
I know it.
Jotham, what do you think that is?
Beck.
That is Beck, loser.
Loser, yeah, correct.
Seems like it. And you know what? Let's
Wait.
go ahead and listen to it since Corin's not here.
Was that all of it?
I'm a chimpanzee, I was a monkey. Playing the advance and mob because of just because of plastic on ball. Spray paint the vegetable stock boot skulls with the beefcake pantyhose. Kill the headlights and put it in neutral. Stock car flaming with a loser in the cruise control. Babies in Vito with the vitamin D.
Burrito.
Got a couple of couches. Sleep on the love
Sleep on
seat.
the love
Someone
seat.
can't see. I'm a scene tickling about stock gun wedding with a stain on my shirt. Don't believe everything that you read. You got a pocket violation and a maggot on your sleeves. Don't shave your face with the mace of the dark.
Is that really him?
Sounds a lot like Beck.
Do you think Beck was with him in Seattle?
Yeah, I think
I think he called him
He
up.
lives out there. I think.
I do like a few peculiarities of the transcription is that they said cruise control babies and burrito, going wedding with a cinema shirt, pocket violation in a magnet on the screen, save your face with tomato life-saving and know your food stamps. So that's pretty solid. Let's check in with a one Jotham Fady, and I'll read the lyrics that he sang to us. Let's see if we can interpret any of it. And so take me away from the norm. I got you something. Hello. And I know well, amber is the color of your energy. Well, Santa cold naturally. Amber is the color of your energy. Off shades of gold. Jared, go ahead.
Amber by 311.
Seems like it. I haven't listened to it yet, so let's turn that on.
Brainstorm, take me away from the norm. I gotta tell you something.
Were you listening in real time?
Me? No.
That's all.
Whoa.
No, but were you listening to the song in real time when you were singing along? Does that explain that long gap?
No, maybe.
Oh, it just
no, I
didn't
don't
pick
know.
up. Oh, so you're laying down
I guess it
hot
didn't.
fire during that whole time?
Hot fire the entire time. Say 2 verses, 2 choruses.
Wow.
The verses are like 10 words.
True.
And I know.
Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Whoa. Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa. Shades of gold displaying naturally. Oh. Amber is the color of your energy. Oh. Shades of gold displaying naturally.
All right, and that's it. That was a beautiful rendition of Amber by 311. And
Corin said he's ready for a invite.
Yeah, I just sent it to him, so he should be popping up any minute. We'll let him come in for this last one. I'm sad that he wasn't here for his or Jotham's, but Jared's hopefully can bring it home. Oh, brand new situation here.
Oh, new angle. He's on a laptop.
I couldn't do an angle like that. I don't have the chin for it. No, you're doing good, but Corin, you got a lot of problems. Your jawline is not one of them. You're doing all right.
No.
Huh.
It's where it was meant to be. We just heard
mining Bitcoin.
Yeah, it makes it run hot. Mm-hmm. We just read transcriptions of Jotham's and your phone calls, and we also heard your calls themselves, and they were really great. Jotham correctly guessed your song, and then Jared correctly guessed Jotham's song, which was Amber by 311. It was really nice rendition. And now we're about to read Jared's transcription, and then we'll see if anyone guesses that. How long it takes to guess this. I feel like at some point you will get it. Shake it loose together, and something I've been known to change the weather will kill the fatted calf tonight, those thoughts around. You're going to hear electric music, solid walls, the sound they can be in Iran. They have you seen them yet, but the so spaced out Benny and the Jets. Oh, but they're weird and the wonderful open. She's really keen. She's got the letter M, Benny and the Jets. So any guesses as to what song that is?
No.
Okay.
I want to say "Love Will Keep Us Together" by Cher and Sonny Bono.
That is correct. That you just did a Captain and Tennille song.
Okay, well,
that's fantastic. We're going to give Justin 10 more points. Okay, we're going to add that to the trivia total.
Yes,
Justin wins with 22 points. And I'll play the let me play the audio of that.
Yeah.
Right, everybody quiet.
Shake it loose together. Spot like this is something that we know the things of weather. We'll kill the fatted calf tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear it.
I read it in the magazine.
Say Candy and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Ooh, but the so spaced out. Benny and the Jets. Oh, but they're weird and they're wonderful. Oh, Ben, she's really keen.
Oh my God, that's
she's got
toxic.
electric boots. I'm mohair too. You know I read
No, do toxic next week.
You're out of the sandwich group.
God
damn it. Understandable considering the circumstances.
Not bad. I think that karaoke challenge went pretty well. And
did anyone think that Alistair wasn't going to play the songs we sent him?
I assumed that they wasn't going to play, but then
I thought he was going to.
What harm does it do?
It doesn't do any harm.
What harm does it do?
Did you do one?
Yeah, did you do one?
No,
Alistair?
I forgot to, and I'm not.
Oh, come on!
I'll tell you what. Tell me a song that you want me to sing, and I'll do it right now.
We built this city.
Madonna.
I only know the chorus of "We Built This City."
Madonna.
Okay, I'll do my favorite Madonna song. It goes, "Don't tell me to lay like the mouth of a grave. Tell the sun not to think, 'cause you said to." I don't know the words. Don't tell
Like
me.
the mouth of a grave?
That's part of it. Don't tell the something not to lay like the mouth of a grave. It's a song called "Don't Tell Me" off the Music album. It's good too.
Can we all just agree that Madonna's weird?
Sure.
Yeah, she did okay.
Dennis Rodman.
One more.
Yeah. Point proven.
I'm going to give Justin one more point for that 23.
Oh, come
boy.
on.
He's making a lot of good observations. We'll stop it at Michael Jordan's number there. All right. Well, guys, to the listener at home, I do want to let you know you can leave voicemails yourself. The number is 727-379-4335. That spells paper wheel if you use an alphanumeric keypad. Corin, you're still rocking and rolling around. Oh, that's just because you're directly sitting on your lap there. Oh, man. It's like watching a Requiem for a Dream. Pie starring Corin. Well, Justin, I want to thank you very much for joining us. Do you have anything to let the people at home know about? Do you have any endeavors besides Sandwich Talk?
Go ahead and say thank you guys for having me. It's been a real treat. It's so nice to talk to actual humans instead of, the mannequins that I set up during the quarantine.
He is legend.
And just to all the listeners, to all the millions and millions of listeners out there, please go ahead and join the Sandwich Talk group. We'd love to hear from you about your sandwiches.
And the day that this is coming out, tomorrow, August 1st, that's the Saturday showcase. So if you're listening to this the day this comes out, go ahead, whip something up. It doesn't have to be a world beater the first time you check in. Just show us your sandwich style.
Any homemade sandwich will do.
Homemade is the key. On Saturday, don't show us what you got from the restaurant.
Don't want to see it. Yeah.
Oh, Corin, when you were gone earlier in the show, let's just close out with this question. Did we ever determine why you are not part of the Sandwich Talk forum? Is it because you're keto?
No, I don't think we ever determined. I didn't know of its existence until this podcast. So I think that was part of it.
You've had a month. You've had a month to join.
But I also didn't know it was just something anybody could join. I thought it was an exclusive
sandwich. It is somewhat exclusive. It is. Yeah. But you are invited. You are invited.
Justin, I have to tell you, you're the first one to actually invite me to join it. So
let me go ahead and correct that mistake, sir. You are.
Thank you.
Invited.
I guess they let anyone in nowadays.
Well, we have a new opening since Jarrett's kicked out for that whole video.
All right, guys. Co-host, thank you very much. Justin, thank you very much. We are going to close it out. We're going to hear some music. I haven't even set the playlist, but stay tuned. We're going to hear a few songs from some Tampa, St. Pete beloveds in the next few minutes. So for Justin Jones, for Corin Atchison, for Jotham Fady, and for Jared McLeod, I'm Alistair St. Hill. Everybody have a great week ahead. Goodbye. Bye,
guys.
Yay. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Justin. I'm going to cut it out now.
Yeah, thanks, Justin.
Bye.
Thank you, Justin.
Bye, guys. See you at the showcase.
Showcase.
Yeah.